There is a moment when heaven leans in and places you gently in someone's path. Not to fix them, not to chase them, but to remind them of who they are beneath all the armor. That moment was you. He wasn't looking for a sign. He didn't ask for transformation. But when your presence touched his soul, something ancient stirred. The angels whisper, "She is the mirror of what he forgot to believe in." You weren't loud. You didn't need to prove anything. Just by standing where you are, soft, luminous, present, you disrupted a pattern he had clung to for years. His heart, which had grown used to silence, started to hum again. At first, he didn't understand what was happening. He mistook it for discomfort, confusion, even resistance. But it was his soul remembering something sacred. There is something in your gaze that undoes him. Not because you try, but because heaven speaks through your eyes. You weren't sent to teach with words. You were sent to awaken through being. And now, that awakening has begun. Slowly, subtly. In the quiet hours. In the ache he can't name. You were placed in his life by divine design, not for romance alone, but for resurrection. You are the invitation to return home to himself. The angels are clear. He may not know it yet, but his soul does. And it has already begun to answer. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Ephesians 2 verse 10. He doesn't run because he doesn't feel. He runs because he feels too much, too fast, too deep. The angels say, his soul remembers pain, even when his mind pretends not to. This is not a story of rejection. It's a story of protection. Every time he pulls away, every silence that stings, every time you wonder if you imagined it all, it's him trying to hide from the flood. Your light exposed wounds he buried. Before you, he survived by numbing himself. Love, for him, was always linked to loss. To open up meant to lose. To trust meant to fall. So he built walls, not out of cruelty, but out of survival. But your presence, it cracked something open. Not in a dramatic way. No. You didn't push, you just existed. And that was enough. Now he stands in front of a door he doesn't remember locking. And he's terrified to see what's behind it. You didn't cause this fear. You triggered its healing. And that's the difference. The angels show me the child within him, the one who was once told that love leaves. That love fails. That love disappears. And now, here you are, and he doesn't know how to believe that you'll stay. That's the battle. Not against you, but against everything he thought he had overcome. So if you feel distant from him, it's not that he's absent. It's that he's overwhelmed. He is not rejecting you. He is wrestling with everything you've awakened in him. You are not here to disappear inside someone else's healing. The angels speak softly now. Do not dim your flame to warm someone who fears the light. Your love is sacred. But so is your energy. He is in process. Yes. But so are you. And while he unravels, you must not pause your blooming. Your softness is not weakness. Your waiting is not passivity. Your compassion is not a burden. You were never meant to lose yourself trying to hold someone else together. This journey is not about rescuing, it's about rising. Together, if the souls align. Alone, if it must be. The angels want you to hear this. Your worth is not tied to his pace. Your magic does not expire in his absence. Let his silence teach you to sing louder. Let his hesitation remind you to dance deeper into yourself. You are not being asked to wait. You are being asked to trust. To trust that your light will draw what is ready. To trust that you are enough, even when someone else is not yet ready to receive you. Keep nourishing your spirit. Keep honoring your body. Keep listening to the rhythm of your own becoming. You are not behind. You are not too much. You are not losing anything. You are glowing in ways only heaven can measure. There is something in you that disrupts his stillness. Something that calls his shadows by name. The angels say, she sees him not as he presents himself, but as he hides. That's why he looks at you the way he does. With awe. With fear. With that flicker of longing he tries so hard to conceal. Because you don't just reflect beauty, you reflect truth. And truth, dear soul, is not always welcomed. When he looks into your eyes, he sees the version of himself he forgot to become. He sees the man who loves without fear, who speaks without walls, who feels without shame. But that version requires shedding. And shedding requires pain. So he hesitates. Because he's never had someone look at him with such clarity, such raw grace. You didn't try to fix him. You didn't try to change him. You simply saw him. And that's the most terrifying thing of all. The angels want you to understand. Your gaze holds the mirror. And in it, he cannot lie. You are not the cause of his confusion. You are the catalyst of his remembering. He may flinch. He may run. But what's been seen cannot be unseen. And what has been awakened cannot go back to sleep. Something shifted. Not loudly. Not with a declaration. But in a whisper he couldn't ignore. The angels whisper. His heart is starting to respond to what his mind still resists. At first, it came in the quiet moments, when the world was still and your memory pressed gently against his chest. Then it grew. A dream here. A song there. A random thought that pulled him back to your smile. He tells no one. But something inside him is stirring. What he once dismissed as timing or coincidence now feels like divine insistence. He is waking. Not in the way people do when alarm clocks ring, but like the earth in spring, slow and trembling, unsure if it's safe to bloom again. You were never a storm. You were the sun after it. And now, his walls don't make sense anymore. The excuses he used to believe crumble a little more each time he feels you in the silence. The angels say, you are not chasing him. His soul is tracing its way back to you. Every doubt is losing strength. Every fear is losing its voice. He may not be ready to speak. But he's listening now. He's feeling now. And that is the beginning of everything. He leaves, but not because he wants to forget. He leaves because staying scares him more. The angels say, each return is not weakness. It is the soul searching for safe ground. You've felt it, this pattern. The closeness, then the distance. The warmth, then the wall. It's not your fault. And it's not his cruelty. It's fear, disguised as control. He tastes love and trembles. Because love this true, this unearned in his eyes, feels like a trap he doesn't know how to survive. So he runs. Then misses you. Then reaches back. It's not a game. It's an unconscious loop. One born from past wounds that still bleed beneath his confidence. The angels urge you to see beyond behavior. To read the ache beneath his silence. He isn't confused about you. He's confused about why someone like you would still see him as worthy. This dance, it tires you. It breaks rhythm just as you begin to trust. But there's something underneath it. A longing he can't bury. A pull that no distance can dissolve. And every time he comes back, it's not to test you. It's because even in retreat, his heart remembers the way. What you are living is not rejection. It's resistance. And even that is beginning to soften. You didn't ask to heal him. You just loved. And somehow, that was enough. The angels say, your presence became the prayer his soul didn't know how to speak. Love, real love, does not force its way in. It waits patiently at the door, radiating warmth. And you've been that gentle light. Without even realizing it, you've been a balm to a heart that had forgotten how to be soft. In your laughter, he discovered ease. In your stillness, he found rest. In your honesty, he faced the thing he feared most, truth wrapped in tenderness. He never said, you saved me. But a part of him began to breathe again when you entered his life. The angels reveal, You hold the healing not because you try, but because you remember what love truly is. There were no conditions, no demands, just a grace that enveloped him, asking for nothing but presence. This is why he can't let go. Why he keeps coming back. Because even when you were quiet, your love spoke volumes. And even when you were distant, your energy reached him. You reminded him that love doesn't have to hurt. That caring doesn't need to control. And now, in his moments of silence, your essence is what he clings to. You didn't heal him, but you awakened the part of him that longs for healing. And that is love's greatest miracle. There is a thread connecting your soul to his, woven long before this lifetime, glowing now in sacred tension. The angels speak clearly. This is not coincidence. It is divine choreography. You were never waiting. You were aligning. There were delays, yes. Detours. Storms. But none of them changed the destination. Because the hands of the divine never mishandle what they've written. You may not see the full picture yet, but heaven does. They show me steps unfolding in unseen places. Him waking in whispers. You softening in faith. Every pause, every silence, was part of a timing you could not control, but were always held by. He feels it too, even if he resists naming it. That pull. That peace only you bring. He wonders why he can't forget. Why, even in distraction, your energy brushes against his thoughts. The angels say, she is the soul he asked for in silence. And now, she stands before him. There will be more shifts. More unfolding. But what was written in spirit cannot be lost in flesh. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it delays, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. He is not cold. He is scared. And there is a difference. The angels say, his silence is not rejection. It is the armor of a heart that was never taught to be held. He wants to open up. You can feel it. You see it in the way his eyes linger, in the pauses between words. But love for him is danger. Not because of you, but because of what love has cost him before. He doesn't know how to be gentle without unraveling. To reveal his insides would mean surrendering the only protection he's ever known, distance. And yet he aches. You've seen the cracks. When you speak with care, something in him leans in. When you don't chase but remain steady and bright, his walls start to tremble. The angels are watching him now, guiding him through the shadow of his own fears. He's beginning to realize that vulnerability isn't weakness. That in your presence, he might finally feel safe. It's terrifying and sacred. He's learning that not every deep feeling leads to loss. And maybe, just maybe, you were sent to prove that tenderness can remain. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. You were never here to force an outcome. You were here to remember the truth. What is meant for you will never need to be chased. The angels say, she releases not because she gave up, but because she finally understood. There's a peace now, soft and quiet, humming beneath the ache. You've cried. You've waited. You've hoped in silence. And still, you chose to love with open hands. Not because it was easy, but because your soul knew. He may not come in the timing you imagined. He may not say every word you long to hear. But what was born in spirit is never wasted in flesh. There is a love that outlives the stories we write in fear. A love that endures, even when hands let go. The angels are near you now. They remind you, you have done your part. You have walked in light. Now, rest in knowing. What is yours cannot miss you. What is divine cannot be denied. Be still, and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10. Let this be the closing breath. The surrender. The holy exhale. Love is not behind you. It is becoming, even now.